The line command. There are 4 different ways to invoke the line command. One, of course, is to select the line icon in the draw toolbar. The second, to draw a pull down, select line. The third is to type in the word line and press enter. And the fourth is to type in the letter L and press enter. All 4 invoke the line command. I'm going to draw several lines demonstrating the 6 methods available to you to draw lines: absolute coordinates, relative coordinates, polar coordinates, direct entry, polar tracking, and using dynamic input. First, absolute coordinates. I'm going to select line. I'm going to begin this line at absolute coordinate 2, 2. 2 inches along the x-axis, 2 inches along the y-axis, enter. There's the beginning of my line. Notice that I'm rubber banding. Now, continuing the absolute coordinates, the end point of this line, I will enter absolute coordinate 10, 2. 10 inches along the x-axis, 2 along the y, pressing enter, my first line. The last entry will be 10 along the x, 8 along the y, and I am finished. To end the command, I press enter or escape. The next method that you can use, I'm going to select line, are relative coordinates. I'm going to begin this line with an absolute coordinate 2, 3. Now, using relative coordinates, remember, relative coordinates are distances relative to the last point. To this point here, I'm going to go 7 inches along the x-axis. I'm not going to travel anywhere. I'm not going to go anywhere along the y-axis, but I am going to go straight across along the x-axis. So, all relative coordinates are preceded by the @ sign. At 7 inches along the x-axis, 0 inches along the y, I press enter, a line. Now I'm going to go up 5 inches, but I'm not going to go anywhere along the x-axis. At 0 on the x-axis, 5 inches along the y. Now, when using relative coordinates, when you are going from right to left, you use negative numbers. At negative 0.5 along the x-axis, 0 on the y, and I'm going from right to left. Going down, you use negative numbers. At negative 1, along the x-axis, I'm sorry, at 0 along the x-axis, negative 1 on the y, enter, and I have drawn from the top down, enter again. The next, I'm going to type in the word line, and I'm going to use polar coordinates. I'm going to begin this line with an absolute coordinate 2, 4, and using polar coordinates, you enter the distance and then the degrees, whatever degree that line is going to be. Preceded with the @ sign, I'm going to go 6 inches, less than caret. You use the less than caret symbol, and I'm going 0 degrees. Remember that with AutoCAD, 0 is in an easterly direction. Now I'm going to go straight up I'm going to go 4 inches, less than caret, 90 degrees. I'm going straight up. Escape or enter to finish the command. That was polar coordinates. Line. I'm going to begin this line at 2, 5. Now I'm going to go down, I'm going to toggle on the ortho, my ortho. Notice that I can only draw horizontal or vertical lines. I'm going to go over to the right, and I'm going to go 5 inches. Enter. I'm going to go straight up 3 inches. Enter. And that's the way you use ortho and direct entry. escape or enter to end the command. I'm going to turn ortho off, and I'm going to turn polar on. Polar is probably one of the commands you're going to be using quite a bit. I'm going to select line, and I'm going to begin this line at 2, 6, absolute coordinate, 2, 6. Notice the polar tracking line. This is polar tracking. I can go way out here, and I'm only going to draw a 4-inch line for enter, and that's exactly what I drew. I come straight up, just making sure that the polar tracking line turns on. I'm going to go up 2 inches, enter to end the command. The last one is I'm going to come down, I'm going to leave polar on, and I'm going to turn dynamic on. Dynamic input, I pick line. Once again, I'm starting from an absolute coordinate, 2, 7. And notice all the information that I get on the screen. Degrees, I ID the point. I'm going to go this way 3 inches and straight up 1 inch. Enter to release. These are the different methods that you can use to draw lines using AutoCAD.